guys. Good evening. So today we're going to be discussing a very simple yet very crucial topic: unity and progress. It's actually very simple. It's not really simple, but then it is pretty much I think it's one of the bedrocks of a very wonderful society. We're going to be talking about unity and progress. You're welcome, Mr. Lawrence Onuzulike.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
It is of utmost pleasure to have you here, sir. I sincerely appreciate your presence, I must confess, and trust me, it is overwhelming to have you here. I must say, to have a very forward thinker, and then someone who is actually very, very interested and enthusiastic in seeing the country or the nation in a state of unity and progress. Mr. Lawrence Onuzulike is a patriotic Nigerian. There's no doubt about that. Mr. Lawrence is actually the founder of IPAN, and then he is a documentary photographer and a filmmaker. I have been unable to read your book. I've been willing to actually read. Mr. Lawrence is actually the author of Lawrence Onuzulike Until Now, which was actually written in Sweden, and then, if I'm not mistaken, Sweden, right?
Sweden.
Right. I learned to school in Sweden, and then it was published in the United States of America. The Until Now, Lawrence Onuzulike Until Now, happens to be a book that has a compilation of so many of Mr. Lawrence's article at the time in Sweden. You're welcome, sir. Once again. I think first things first, we have just 1 hour. This is a very interesting, it's a very, very interesting topic, I must confess, because then that's like one of my own core. I must say it's one of my modus vivendi. Ever since over the years, I've been able to, and I've been trying to constantly leverage on my unique status as a model to pitch or to propagate my message of peace, unity, and solidarity, not only in our nation, Nigeria, but then across Africa, and then, beyond Africa, basically. So it's something I am really enthusiastic about, and I think 1 hour is very, very small. It is very infinitesimal to talk about this huge topic. So I want to say that I would like you to first tell us what the full meaning of the acronym IPAN means, sir.
IPAN is actually, I hope you can hear me very well.
Perfectly, sir. Perfectly.
IPAN is actually Association of Igbos for a better, Association of Igbos for a progressive Nigeria. So, right. Igbo, progressive Nigeria, IPAN.
Fantastic. So, we talking about progress and unity. I, for one, know that this is one of the bedrock of a progressive society. I must tell. If I think I have always said this quite a number of times, that we have misplaced priorities. We have been yearning for change, every other time. But then we are not focusing on so many things that brings about this change that we yearn for. So, and I believe, I for one, and I know you too do, and every other person watching do, that know that unity cannot be set aside or pushed aside when trying to build a society, a worthy society. So I'd like to ask that how do you think IPAN has actually, has added to or has advocated peace and unity in this nation ever since the founding?
All right. Once again, thanks for having me here. I appreciate it. Okay, IPAN so far has surprised us all the members and our supporters, because we've been on for quite a very short period, but it seems to be getting quite big, and the message is going so widely, it's being so widely accepted. So we didn't know, before we formed IPAN, we didn't know that so many Igbos want everywhere, like how we want to separate, we are this and that. Then when we formed IPAN, we are surprised by the support from Igbos all over the world. So we have so many members, and we propagate our messages. We use Twitter, social media, all places, physical, and we try to show what the government is doing in the southeast, because the narrative is like Nigeria, other parts of Nigeria hate Igbos, that the government hate Igbos, that they don't develop the southeast, that they take the money from the southeast and south to go and develop the north. We tell them no. Somebody is brainwashing you. Someone is lying to you. So through IPAN, we've been showing with facts, pictures, videos, what this government has been doing in the southeast. A whole lot. In fact, that we showed so much that some northerners started complaining that it's like the government is doing more in the southeast than in the north. We're not doing this because we're supporting any government. Align with any leader that develops the southeast. And so far, this government is developing the southeast. So we are happy about it. And we are celebrating the government, because when we show appreciation, they do more. And they keep doing more. So IPAN is opening eyes of the people. We're getting so many emails from converts, people that are saying that they didn't know it was like this, that they've been told that they were hated, there can never be anything inside Nigeria, that the only option is to leave this country, the only option is to separate and become another country. But from what we are showing, they are now coming back. They see people, like there's one story we did about Dora Akinyele and how she became something in Nigeria. Ngozi Okonjo, all these people achieved something in this. So so a whole lot of people are getting converted. You don't want to suffer because someone else is gaining from brainwashing you. So a lot of people IPAN's message is getting across, and we're gonna do more. We have big surprise for the country that we are not talking, because we explode and the message will be big. We want to make sure that we remain one Nigeria.
Fantastic. Can you hear me, sir?
So far, IPAN is using the message to show people what.
Hello, sir.
Why don't you just go outside? Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you better now.
Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people in the southeast don't even know anything going on in this country. Some of them are educated, but somehow they act like illiterates. I don't know why. They believe that all these infrastructures, all these roads, and all the Akanibia Enugu airports being shown on TV, that the government is renovating or building, that they are all not true. And the funny thing is that they live there. Why don't you just go outside and check? The brainwashing. So IPAN is trying to change the narrative. Our leaders, I would say they failed us. So we, the youth, we want to take the mantle and change the way Igbos are being seen or being perceived in this country. We are loving people. We want to be with our brothers and sisters from the other part of the country. We do business all over the country. We are not as bad as people think we are, because a few people are gaining from brainwashing some, and they're sharing all this tribal and bike. I don't want to use some words anyway because it's public place, but IPAN message is to preach unity of and one Nigeria. and we are achieving that. Thank you.
Well, that's fantastic. I must say I'm impressed. If I really get you right, what you were trying to talk about or what you were insinuating is the fact that ever since the founding of IPAN has tried as much as possible in their own capacity to change the narrative and the mindset of the Igbo people to think unity and then to understand the fact that the Igbos should not, for no reason, discriminate against any other tribe, if I'm not mistaken. So invariably, you are saying this. Say it again.
Yeah, Igbo should not discriminate against any other tribe, and the other tribe should not discriminate.
And vice versa, absolutely.
In the middle, trying to bring Igbos and bring the other tribe so that we can unite again and be one family. So we are trying. It's a very difficult situation to be in because they destruct from the other tribe. They don't have a lot of Igbos anymore. Because they believe that you want to leave. So why should I give my property to somebody that wants to leave? So then Igbos feel like they've been marginalized and the other tribe hate them. I don't know who put this in our head, but it's been there for so long that a lot of people now believe this. So getting these two people back will be difficult, and so far so good. It's been going well. It's not impossible. It's possible, just difficult, and we are doing it.
It is possible, definitely, and trust me, we have to do this together. I, for one, I am an African, and one way or the other, I have, like I said earlier, ever since over the years, I have been able to the best of my capacity, preach unity and oneness, because I know that this is one of the very important factors if you want the change that we want. And then I love the fact that this is a great work you have been doing. I must tell, trying to change the narrative, trying to make the rest of the country see Igbos in a better light rather than how they have been seeing them, rather than the propaganda or the indoctrination they have gotten from quite a number of other people. This is wonderful, I must say. I would like to ask that, what do you think are the tools or the tool that can be used to actually coerce this peace and unity and progress? Because I know that, you see, during the whole George Floyd matter, the whole saga in the United States, when there's been a lot of protest and about the Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, what's it called? Movement, basically, and the whole protest across America and every other people, every other country joined this same protest, to actually pitch or to kick against racism in the world. But then I laugh at quite a number of Nigerians who tend to be tribalistic in nature, and then they preach or kick against racism. I, for one, see no difference between tribalism and racism. So how do you think, as a person individually, how do you think that we can coerce and bring about a liberation of people's mind to begin to see ourselves as brothers rather than segregating us?
Thanks very much. It still boils down to what IPAN is doing. Education. Keep educating people, because a lot of people, I think I would say that the percentage of illiteracy in this country is very high, because it's so very easy to brainwash people. I posted the road on the Enugu Express Road that passed through my village that Buhari was building.
Okay.
My cousin's sister went to where she was working and told them, and the boss, who hates Buhari with passion, told her, no, don't listen to your brother, that those pictures you're seeing has been manipulated. It has been photoshopped. I was shocked. Even the boss is plying that road every day, going to work and back home. So why they lie? Then my cousin sister actually believed this and came back to challenge me. I have to drive her to the place. Then she went back to challenge the boss. At the end, she ended up converting or convincing most of the workers there that the boss was the one wrong, because they've seen it, they saw it. So the brainwashing is too much. I always say this: marriage is not only about love, respect, and understanding, as we say, that makes marriage work. No, marriage works when involved are willing to live together forever. Good.
Pardon me, could you say that again, sir? You broke up for a moment. Could you say that again, sir?
We always believe that the love, the understanding, whatever makes marriage work. No, it's not only that. What makes marriage work is when two people involved are willing to live together forever, good or bad. If they are not willing to live together, amount of understanding or love or whatever can work. So there are so many people that want to be in it. It's just sad that the noisy few are the one that people are hearing from all the time. Because I kept using the word because some few people are gaining from brainwashing the masses, which Nigeria will work on. So that it comes back to education. We have to educate people. We have to show people facts. We have to tell people the truth. We have to make them to see it. Saying it is not enough. They have to see it. So IPAN is not only saying but showing. There are so many things that we know we can talk about, but we don't talk about them because we don't have the facts, even though they are positive. So we only talk about what we have the facts. Because when you argue with a dumb person and you make a mistake, you can't convince the person again forever. So it's better when you want to argue with some of these people, you hold your facts so that when they are seeing it, they will be believing. So we need to do a lot. What we are doing now, we are reaching many, but we need to reach